I don't really have, like, what you would call, like, a script for this video. I'm just kind of going from here. Like, yeah. So, as you saw probably, it's about cyberbullying and just kind of, like, what kind of effect it can really have on people, whether, like, you just don't realize what you're doing. And basically why I kind of just did this video is because, like, at around 1 in the morning, I don't remember, I actually don't remember, I think it was like 12 or 1 in the morning last night, I was, like, just about to go to bed, and, one of my friends sent me a direct message on Instagram, and I was like, what is this? And they were going off about some account, and I was like, what are you talking about? And so I went on the account, and it was a hate account towards me, and at first I was just kind of like, whatever, because, I mean, you're going to have people like that in your life. They're going to be rude, and they're going to want to try to drag you down and make you look bad and all that. It's just human nature, and some people cope with it better than others, whereas I was just going to ignore it, because, I mean, that's all you can do. You can't just sit there and comment on it and mess with it and mess with them and tell people to do, like, that really gets you nowhere, and it gets you nothing in the end. So I was just gonna ignore it, but like, I went on it, and I am 100% sure I know who was behind making the account and, like, who did it. I know all that, but it's unnecessary. I wasn't even gonna call them out. I wasn't even gonna say anything. I wasn't even gonna, like, be like, oh, look, guys, this is who did it, don't trust them. But I was like, it's not necessary. That's their fault that they decided to come out on me like this because of something that happened. There's plenty of ways to cope with this. Going to social media and trying to drag someone down isn't how it works. So, but that's not the point of the video. It's not about, oh god, someone made a hate account with me, guys, feel bad. I don't really care. I don't care if people feel bad. Like, no, I care if you feel bad about me. Like, it means a lot that if you do worry about me, but you don't have to, because I will be fine. It's gone now. It was there for, like, a couple hours. It doesn't matter. But the point of the video is, like, when they posted that about me, like, if this was posted, I want to say, like, 9 or 10 months ago when I was depressed last year, like, it probably would have thrown me over the edge, and I wouldn't have wanted to get better. I wouldn't have bothered with trying to fix my depression, trying to fix what I was going through. I would have just probably given up for another few months, and it would have lasted way longer than it should have. And, like, that's kind of what I want to say, is, like, people, like, I'm not going to be like, oh, don't cyberbully, because it's like, my voice, like, most people don't care what I have to say, so if I just be like, oh, don't cyberbully, don't comment on people's things, don't tell people this, don't tell people that, in all reality, no one's going to listen to me, because I'm just one other person telling you not to. Like, you don't listen to everyone around you, you don't listen to your parents, most of the time they don't even realize you're doing it. Sometimes it's just anonymous, like this hate account was. But, like, you just have to sit back and realize before, like, sometimes people don't even realize they're doing it, is kind of the thing. Is they're just trying to kind of maybe call someone out for something, like, to, like, a different extent, where you just know someone did something wrong, you're trying to call them out for it, but you throw it way out of proportion by throwing it on social media, getting people to turn against them, and it's just, like, that's not a wise way to do it. Like, if you need to do it, just, like, send them a text, talk to them on the phone, talk to them in person, find a way to do it one-on-one, because, like, you never know what they're going through, is what I'm trying to say. Like I was saying with me, is, like, 9 months ago, 10 months ago, this could have, like, completely destroyed me for a few months and all that, but now it just, I brushed it off my shoulder. I'm like, it's here and it's gone. It's really all that matters. In all honesty, I find the humor in it, and I'm laughing about most of it. But, like, it could have been about anyone else that I go to school with, that you don't, like, you walk past all these people in the hallway and you don't realize what they're going through. You don't know what they're holding on their shoulders, and most of the time it's like students don't realize that, teachers don't realize that, and they, like, just, you say, like, dumb things to them, like, you give them a dirty look, or you just, like, a teacher gets mad at them for missing homework one day, and they blow it out of proportion when no one's perfect. Like, it's a different story when someone makes the same mistakes, like, 50 times in a row, and then you call them out. But, like, they make one mistake that day, and it's not like them, and you just go off on them, and you, like, attack them for it. It's not worth it, is what I'm saying. But, like, that's what I'm saying, is you need to step back and realize what you could possibly do to someone. Like, the other day, I was at, like, okay, a lot of this is coming through what my mom had said to me, so that's, like, it might be, like, completely random. But, like, the other day, I was at, a football game, and I was just wearing, like, shorts, and they weren't even, like, bad. They weren't like, oh my god, she's wearing booty shorts. So I was wearing that and a tank top, because it was, like, a blackout game, so it was all black. And this, like, woman came up to me, she looked about maybe 40, and she was like, where are your clothes? And she said that to me and my friend. And I didn't think much of it at the time, but, like, I went home, and it did annoy me a bit, because you called me out on that. But it's like, you never know what I could have been going through. Like, what my mom said is like, for all you know, I could have just been raped, like, the week before, and this is the first time I've left the house. Or I could have been completely insecure and hated how I look, and I finally wore shorts and a tank top for the first time. And you saying that completely crushes all that, like, self-esteem that I had, that I built up. So that, like, that doesn't just go with, like, appearances. That does go with, like, personality. Like, calling someone out and saying that they lied, or telling people that they're friends with that they lied, and trying to turn them against them. Like, what good does that bring to you? If, like, you're just breaking someone down, and you don't realize if that's going to be the last straw for them, or if they're just going to brush it off their shoulder. Because for all you know, you could just tell someone, like, you could tell one person one little white lie about someone else, and that person just could end up taking their life. Like, no one sits back and realizes what they're doing till it's too late. And it's like, I guess this is more of just a wake-up call. Like, you need to just take 5 seconds and realize the consequences you could possibly be making, and realize if what you're saying is even worth it. Is it worth it to call someone out for it? Because, like, you could, like, you're living your life. Why get into someone else's? Why invest your time into trying to ruin someone else's life, or call someone else out for something they've done? Because in the end, like, whoever made that account, whoever you're, like, wanting to call out for doing something wrong, like, it's gonna show in the end. No one gets away with being, like, evil to, like, for the most part, and that's a different story. Like, you don't get away with doing these kind of things forever. Like, their true colors are gonna show, which that's something I stole from my mom. But, like, it's all gonna happen. Like, they're not gonna get away with forever, so why make it harder on them by calling them out and dragging all this attention and making them look like the worst thing on the earth, when, if they're doing something wrong, they're not gonna get away with it forever. Like, because if I wanted to, I would have called, like, if I wanted to be that person, then I could have called out that account. I could have exposed everything and really shown, like, it. But it's just, it's not worth it. It's not worth dragging that person down because they tried to upset me, because I'm fine. They'll be fine. It's not worth the trouble. And I know this video is really long. I'm not even going to edit it. I'm not going to cut it out or anything. Like, you watched to this point, congratulations. Like, I just want y'all to hear this, and I hope it makes sense, and I hope you can understand it. So, yeah, that's my little awkward lecture. So, adios, guys.